cares? We'll just
They
get
could
it.
take another pandemic.
That's right. Oh gosh.
So are we here?
It's loading for some reason. Okay, now we're live.
Oh.
Hi, everyone. This is Art Matters New York. I'm here with my colleague, Mark Safan.
Good morning, everyone. Hi.
So nice. And here is our group, our art group, which we are very excited to see and hear what they submitted to us. We are still missing one member, which has some difficulties connecting. So what we did, and we are a little bit late today, we had a discussion a little bit how our format should be. And so maybe we can, what do you think, Mark? Maybe talk a little bit infrastructurally until our member is appearing, Marcia, which submitted 4 pieces. And we have also one piece of Barbara. It's an abstract thing, but looks very not abstract. It's a dog, actually. But so maybe we can talk first about this dog, and then maybe we see. What do you think, Mark?
Yes, I agree. I think we should take a...
Okay, let me see. I have to share my screen. That's what I'm just doing. Yeah. Now let's see. I hope everyone sees what I see.
Great. I think we need to hear from Barbara, who created this piece, and find out exactly what's going on here.
Okay. All right. Did someone say something?
I said
Go ahead.
Diesel. Not back. I'm
That's
sorry.
Diesel. Hi, you're back. Great.
Marcia, welcome.
Yes,
Thank you.
this is.
We are
Yes.
looking at a piece which Barbara submitted. It's a dog. And yeah, go on, Barbara. What is it about?
Yes, Marcia knows that it's Diesel. So
Diesel.
this is actually, it was a regular photograph. I mean, I know I billed it as an abstract photograph because the composition seems so abstract to me. It is Diesel on a treadmill in the water with the reflections from the this container that he's in. And the reflections and the water just made it look so abstract to me that I just thought, hey, this is interesting. What took a long time was getting the right exposure for this. It just, my printer was really a nightmare. And once again, I needed my son to help me calibrate with the editing tools. I had to get just the right degree of lightness and darkness and intensity and highlights, and to have it come out legible. So yes, it's Diesel.
So Barbara, I have a question. So this photograph is fundamentally as it was recorded by the camera. Yeah. It's not a manipulated photo per se.
Well,
is that correct?
Only in the editing. The composition is not manipulated, but the editing, the lights and darks, that's all manipulated.
Okay, but there's no other manipulation, no painting into with a paint.
No, but that's why I liked it, because the water really gives it a look of being painted.
Because you know, I mean, I could imagine you taking it even further.
Really?
In other words, yeah. In other words, using some sort of application or tools to even develop it further, to push it further. Adding elements that are more, obviously painterly, gestural, drawing right into it. I mean, you could do that and still have this, but it would be fun to see how far you could take it, push it, a little further, I would say.
Yes, yes.
If I may, I have also an idea by not really adding something, but just taking, for instance, you know, when I cover the eyes of the dog, if I crop the photo, this becomes very, very interesting, you know, because then I would, after a while, I would probably think, oh, there must be a dog. But if the, you know, here it's, you know, you can do something with just by cropping thing. It's very painterly, you know, it's really amazing what's happening when you look at those things, what's happening underneath the eye, as below the eyes, when you cover the eyes up, and then it becomes weird and very strange. And very even scary, or you know, even very you know, like it's an amazing thing happening actually. You know,
doesn't the nose seem very dominant then? I mean,
no,
like...
you would read the nose completely. You wouldn't know if it's a nose. You know, you would think, what is it? You know, is it? It could be even like sort of a collage thing. You know. Something comes to mind here of a Swiss artist, Christoph Schreiber, which works with collage thing. Very, very interesting stuff.
Well, I was even,
yeah.
I mean, to me, I was even thinking of a painting by, you know, Albert Oehlen. You know, that is just a very abstract painting, but that he uses also digital, you know, imagery that is transferred to the canvas, and he mixes, you know, painterly gestural painting with, you know, photographic elements. And I sort of saw that immediately in this.
What is his last name?
Albert.
You mean
Albert Oehlen. Isn't that right, Hans? Oehlen.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. That's right.
I mean, we've looked at his work before. We've, you know, I've shown it to you. But he's a you know, a living working painter. I think he's showing presently somewhere in New York, like at possibly one of Werner's galleries. I'm not sure. Somewhere you can find it.
The two of you, could you please put those two names in a subsequent email?
Yeah.
Yes.
Chat, I'll write it down. I'll be in the city.
So yeah, so the face of the dog, I agree with Hans totally, is a little bit too readable, too photographic. It needs to be, there needs to be something else going on.
How about using the eraser tool, Barbara, to soften some of those areas in the dog's face to make him
then I'd have to use Photoshop. I don't
any app. There's so many apps that have
the app in the camera doesn't
I'm sure
you know there is a drawing tool.
Yes, in the Elements, Photoshop Elements is in
yes.
You can get that. And
I do. I can get that. I have it on the computer.
The eraser tool does a lot of could help you, I think, there.
Yeah, you're right. I have used it in the past, and I just haven't used Photoshop Elements in ages. But yeah, good point.
Are you able to see this image here on my camera or not? Because I can't.
You could share it.
No, I can't, because I would have to go to interrupt now the dog.
Okay.
I can maybe do that if I stop sharing. Hold on, and then I will prepare the what I think of Christoph Schreiber's collage thing, and it's very interesting.
Schreiber. Okay.
Please also put it in a chat, or so we can.
Hans, how do you spell that, Schreiber? Is it just Schreiber?
Yes.
Oh,
Christoph. Yeah.
Okay.
He's actually on Instagram also, and he makes very interesting. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
And what was the other one you said, Mark?
Albert,
Go ahead.
Oelen, Ulen.
Yes, Hans did discuss that with us once before. Albert O-L-E-N, thank you.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. Okay. So shall we move on?
I'd like to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
something.
wait.
Go ahead,
I-
Marie.
I just think that I really loved Hans's suggestion, to get rid of the eyes. And when I put my hands over that, it really did change the whole feeling
Yeah,
Really?
photo. And I would never have thought that. I thought that was great suggestion.
totally.
I appreciate the suggestion. I have to talk softly because it's a gift for Bruce for his birthday. So for this particular function, I have to keep it as it is.
Do you see my screen
my-
again?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh,
Let me see how I can.
Hans,
Yeah.
at first glance, this reminds me of Hannah Hoch
Yes, but hold
from
on.
the
Yeah,
30s, from the
Right.
1930s. Her collages.
right.
In a way, it's digital collage.
mm,
Yeah, but
So it's like kind of in a way, it's like nothing new. We've seen it before.
yeah.
right. But you see, this is all collage, for instance. Of course, it's not painted, but it's
Yeah.
basically flat, put together. Hold on.
Very interesting.
No. It,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
Here's an idea for you, Barbara.
just to.
Yeah. Really
I-
good.
I mean, this is interesting, in a way.
It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's collage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's collage, right. But the image,
Digital collage.
but the weirdness of, like
Yeah.
your abstract piece has also sort of a weirdness because you feel it has something to do with reality. You see it's a photograph,
Yes.
and so on. Even
God,
Oh,
this
look
is fabulous.
my- that is really grotesque. Ah,
right, it has something
Whoa.
grotesque. Also, your dog has something grotesque going on.
yeah.
Especially when you don't have the eyes anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, here you have eyes.
You
It
have
just
eyes.
came intuitively into my mind when I saw
Yeah,
Yuki's
these are really interesting.
about his work.
Interesting work.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think so. It's
Oof.
really
So take Diesel to new heights. Oh my
you
goodness.
see, it's
Oh my gosh, just look at that. Yeah.
Oh, that-
I
Yeah.
have something that I would like to show you after we're done with this.
I think that's also interesting.
Oh, wow,
But
it
let's
is.
go to your dog, huh? We go back to the book. Where is it? Here.
Here he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Let's see.
That would be so cool.
But you see, when I,
Oh,
I
I
crop
see.
it now a little bit, like, let me
Yeah.
see, I cover the eyes away here.
Yeah.
You see, this becomes suddenly it's very central. This could be almost hair, or it is hair, like a head,
Yeah.
becoming
Oh,
a head,
yeah.
could be a figure, That's what, there is something strange going on here.
Yeah.
Which reminded me so much on these collages for some reason.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the idea.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have something I want to show you that's sort of related.
Be right back.
Yes.
Even if you obliterate the nose and put it someplace else, it's even weirder.
Yeah. or even, look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say print out multiple images if possible, and then just play with it as a collage.
I have some other preparatory images that didn't work on the printer, and I thought that I would do what I did last week, take an impression using Liquitex
Oh,
again. Yeah,
Trans-
and see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, so I have a bunch of images that I would like to work on that are related to this one. But that's a very interesting idea.
Mhm.
I
Right.
also have something. Can I show you something? Yeah, isn't that cool? The way the water is reflected.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat. Ah. Mm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Even if you took like a triangle where the end of his light hair is, and make a triangle just of the hair, no nose, no eyes, that should be interesting too.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was his last name? The weird collagist?
Schreiber.
No, Hannah.
Hannah
Hoch.
Hoch. Hoch.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
He was sort of a Dadaist, proto-Dadaist surrealist.
Right.
That did, very political
Mhm.
collages. She was fantastic.
Barbara, you could just use your iPhone and create duplicates of this image and then cut it into pieces where you see things happening and explore. That's a way of exploring what the parts of the piece can do.
Yes.
Not very often.
Yeah.
I also put them on my TV. I don't know if you can do that, but I can put images, my images from my phone on the TV. You can do a mirror kind of thing, or you can. I actually have the app on it now. I can see the whole thing large on my TV.
Wow.
And from that,
how do you do that, Phyllis?
It's
it's an app.
Do you have Apple TV?
Through Apple. No, I don't. No, it's not.
A smart TV will do it too.
Yeah, it's a smart TV. It's an LG smart TV.
Then you can do it.
You can go up in Chrome and then cast up on your screen.
What's the connection? How do you do that? What?
Apple Mini. With an Apple Mini, if you have a stupid TV like I do, you can make it a smart TV, probably altogether. But if you're a techie or know how to do it, you probably could do what Marie is suggesting.
Yeah, I'll ask my son how to do it because I have a smart TV and I have all the Apple computer.
He could easily do it, Barbara.
What?
He could easily do it.
Okay, thank you. That's a good idea. I'd like to see it. I have something.
It helps to see the image large.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see something that I'm holding? Is there some way to get out of this and see what I'm holding? Or you don't want to get out of it because you're going right to Marsha's?
No. I don't see your picture on the TV, on the iPad at all.
I know.
Oh, now I do. Hold it up a little higher towards your eyes. There you go.
You can see it?
Yep, it's a skull.
Yes.
Did you paint that?
No, it's entirely collaged.
Oh, it's
The
your work?
background is painted. Yeah.
Okay.
Can everybody see this or no? Can we
Um,
put it on the screen? Or
Yeah, I can see it on your share.
Hans, could you, maybe you could stop sharing the photo? There.
there.
Now Barbara, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, now I can see it.
Okay. Well, I'm getting reflection, so I'm not going to hold it vertically
That's fine. It's fine.
like this. Okay.
Great. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all collage, and it's made from the cartoons by this couple that did cartoon illustrations in the 1930s and the 40s, whose name I forget. I could look it up, but I found them in a Sunday supplement years ago, and I just loved it. So I saved them, and I used Gray's Anatomy to follow the forms of the skull. But anyway, I just thought I would throw this in there because it's a collage, and we're talking about collages.
Mm-hmm.
I like that piece, Barbara.
Thank you. Thank you.
You could have done a whole series on just the skull,
Yeah.
you know, with collage, and each
Yeah.
one would be different.
Yeah.
And there, because
that's
it's
good.
a very powerful image, and just floating on that black or whatever color
Yeah.
that is really
Yeah.
works. It's
Yeah.
very elegant and
Yeah.
captivating.
Yeah. It's been in a couple of juried shows. Actually, it hung at Hopper House when they first started doing the small matters of great importance.
Uh-huh.
It's a good piece. It's a very nice piece.
Thank you. I thought I'd work it in one of these days. So I'm glad
There
to
you go. You never know.
Thanks.
So we have more work to look at from Marsha. Let me
Leslie.
see.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hi, Leslie. Are we ready? Let's see, portion of the screen.
Oh,
Beautiful.
boy, look at that.
Going.
Oh,
This is a piece I did with Skip at the Armory. It's probably something like 11 by 14, 12 by 16. But I did it in a different way than I normally paint. And just the width of the paintbrush up and down, which I kind of like. And I think I'll revisit that technique. It's a sunset at Gardiner's Bay out on the east end of Long Island. I took a photograph and I worked from the photograph because I didn't paint on site.
Is this recent, Marcia?
No, probably, I don't know, 6, 7 years ago,
Okay.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, no, wait a minute. Jerry said, yeah, probably around 6, 7 years ago.
Okay.
We did it in Florida in a class with Phyllis and Marie.
Okay.
I like it very much. It has a very nice palette, the color, the light. It has,
yes.
it's wonderful. I think it's a great piece.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Beautiful painting, really.
I'm going to revisit that technique. I was thinking about it. And I'm not going to paint photographs anymore, as I may have mentioned. I'm going to paint from my head and my heart, but I'm going to use that technique because it seems to be a loosening device, at least for me.
Mm.
Very nice.
There's a problem, though, I wanted to address, ask you guys about. Some of my paintings are beginning to show evidence of cracking. I mean, not that they're archival or not that I really do care in a way. because upon my demise, the kids will take whatever paintings they want and the rest will be sold, hopefully for my boat club. So is there some way, once cracking begins, even if they're very small cracks, to remedy that at all?
Is there cracking on?
Hans, do you want to weigh in on this, or I will comment?
Yeah, so I'm not a restorator of but
Barbara, yeah.
it depends a little bit why the cracks started to appear. Maybe you bent the thing, or I don't know what you did, but it could be also that there was too much. I don't know. Usually, cracks. I don't know. Hard to say.
It's probably if the painting wasn't hit, there wasn't sort of an impact, then usually it's because of extreme heat or cold, shrinking or expanding. So it's one or the other. If it's in a controlled environment, like in a closet or on the wall of your living room or wherever, it shouldn't crack, right? I mean, if the painting has been completely dry, sometimes cracking can be a result of layers that are drying at different rates. In other words, if you put a layer of paint on top of a layer that isn't quite dry, and they're drying, at different rates, then that will also initiate some cracking.
Okay.
But once a painting is dry, it shouldn't crack unless it's an extreme temperature situation, which I doubt it is.
You say also in oil painting, fat over lean,
Right.
Meaning if you do it the opposite way, that you have a fat ground and you put something lean on top, it will crack,
Yes.
because it's it depends what you applied, what and so on.
Martha, is this one something that's cracking?
It's got these hairline cracks in it.
And what medium is this?
This is oils.
Oh, I see. So we're talking about oils cracking. Okay, yeah.
And frankly, this was done in Florida, which is humid, but I would always touch it before I repainted it. And if it was dry to the touch, and I usually worked on a couple of paintings at a time just for that problem, I wouldn't repaint, I wouldn't paint over it. But okay, enough of that. Let's go to the next one, please.
Yes, hold on.
Wow.
This was done also from a photograph at my boat club. This was done with a series of glazes. This took forever to do, forever. Because the glazes, there was a teacher at the Art Students League, I forget his name, who wrote and talked about glazes. And so I decided to try with, tinted glaze with, I think it's a recipe of a little bit of color and some oil and a little tiny bit of turp to thin it down, very thin. And you go over it and over it and over it even with different colors.
Yeah.
And it has a great depth to it, but it takes forever to dry, of course.
You have to let it dry after each layer, right?
Yeah. So, but it has a luminosity
that
others may not have.
Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
Thank you.
I like that the dark blue of the boat in the front is so.
Yeah.
That's very beautiful.
Thank
you.
Well, silhouetted.
And reminds me also to Felix Vallotton. His techniques a bit.
Oh.
Vallotton is also
Oh, I love volatile.
Wonderful, wonderful
Mm.
colorist.
Could you put the artist in the chat? Because I didn't quite get that. Please.
I will afterwards.
Okay, thank you.
Otherwise, you see it what I do.
This is I think we're done with this too.
Okay, yeah, let's go one further.
Ah,
See,
I see here cracks. You see, that's
oh, yes.
That's fun.
probably really. I think this was bent or whatever. Probably.
That one and not the other one as much as this.
This is amazing cracks. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any way to heal that?
No,
Okay.
no.
Then that's the one I'll donate. There's an auction coming up in for charity. I'll donate that.
Oh,
Whatever they get.
The only possibility would be to, have this glued to another, substrate, panel or whatever, and, as it's being glued to try to flatten it out, press the cracks together. But there's really not much you can do about it other than that.
Well, then I'll give that one away.
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
going to ask, but it's a mood issue. I'm not happy with those white lines. I should never have put them in, but I did just to do something different. And I was going to fix it. No, it's not even worthwhile fixing. I'll just give it away.
Well, you know what? I like it. I like those white lines. I like the
Yeah.
heavy painting on the bottom and, the forms, the colors. And I think it's bold, and I think it works, with the otherwise more, the diffuse, ambient, nature of the ground. I think it's kind of an interesting painting. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's going to be donated too.
Mark, can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
How about if you went into like where the cracks are, and you you use like you buffed it out.
The
Could you-
substance.
Could you like buff it out and then repaint it?
Well,
I would.
you
do
know what,
that.
this painting is the painting. So you don't really want to play with the surface.
Yeah.
Otherwise you're talking about making a new painting. So we're talking about conserving an existing finished work,
Yeah.
right? We don't want, so you don't really want to repaint it. That's,
No, but I'm just saying.
you
like,
want to conserve it.
What about some light oil over the cracks?
Mhm.
I don't know.
That would-
No,
That's
think
the
you
job
can-
of a conservator.
yeah, I think
Right.
you can't do much here. This is already.
No.
This
No.
You really
is
can't.
severe.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
severe.
Not much you can do.
severe.
Right.
If-
I
yeah.
love the foreground also. I love the foreground and the way it
Yeah.
fits with the rest of the painting.
I agree.
I have a little bit difficulties with the foreground because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
This blue. I saw. Is it a blue hats or I don't know. I don't know what is it? It's
Exactly.
I like it because I like it. I mean,
I don't
to me,
understand
it looks like some sort of encampment, some high-tech encampment that's been
really?
set up on some planet.
Right? The enemy at the gates.
You are a fantast, you.
No, I agree
No,
with
it's-
but it's weird in a not an artistic way. It's just it doesn't belong there, in my view. I was going to paint
Mine
it. I saw the cracks, and I said, "Nah, I'll give it away."
I think, Marcia,
know-
the foreground is a painting in itself.
Mm, Yeah.
It's disparate. You're right. It's completely disparate to the rest of
Yeah,
it.
it is.
You know, Marcia,
But
it's
you
such
see-
a,
Divided
it's such a,
into
it's
parts,
such an
one
interesting painting because,
Oh, it's Leslie.
because the, wait,
That's one
I lost my view of the whole painting. Wait a second. For some reason, it's lit off my,
No, Hans corrected it. Yeah, that's a painting in
No, I
itself.
didn't. I made it a little bit bigger, so it's like you look how beautiful that would be.
Yeah.
And then suddenly this,
And
yeah,
then you have another painting.
yeah.
So
What
you got 2 for 1, or whatever.
Yeah, correct. Correct. I like what Hans did, and I think he's correct. Because to me, it was too
I
disparate.
mean, to this point, it works like this. You see that we have that maybe.
Ooh, what did you do, Hans? Oh, you just,
I'm shoving it around, you know.
yeah. Just that one little piece on the bottom.
yeah. Just
Yeah,
a little, oh, that looks
That's
really
good.
neat, doesn't it?
That's much better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really good.
Look
you
how nice.
Very
Can
much.
you raise it a drop more?
No,
It's
no,
nice, huh?
No?
no,
Oh, no.
no.
I need a white sheet of paper here.
He's right. Just a little bit of that blue sticking out
Yeah.
painting.
Yeah, here, you know, this, I thought this is so weird here. Yeah,
Yeah. I totally agree.
sort of,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's going into the trash bin. Go to the
No.
contributions.
No, back
All
to the kitchen, you know. Just,
I think that's the third one. I sent you another one.
yeah, this one, yeah.
Oh, look at
Look,
this.
that's nice.
Oh, very
That's
nice.
great. I love that.
Yeah, me-
Yeah.
That's the best of the lot.
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
My
Ooh,
The
God.
it is.
tilt,
Oh, thank you.
the tilted diagonal horizon is what
Yeah,
really makes this interesting,
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
Mhm.
and the
because
sun
it
is
feels
white.
like it feels
Pardon?
like you're in the air. It feels like you're in an airplane where you can do that. You can see the horizon move.
Doing your Birdman up in the air, upside down.
Okay.
I put the obviously I can paint a little better than I can sing, but the white instead of the orange or yellow for the sun up to me was just something a little different, and as well as the angle. But it's very flat, and for me to revive it, what I use, I forgot what Mark had said to me. I think I wrote it down, but I don't know where it is. About reviving, making paintings a little bit livelier. Not livelier, less flat.
Mhm.
How do I do
Mhm.
that?
Less flat.
Yeah. Just give it a little bit of life by oil, by it's very
Then
matte.
I think that's the partially
mean
the
it's-
beauty of this. You know,
No,
that it's flat.
Color is not enhanced, but this is the way the camera read the color. It's not a bright piece. It's very, it lays back too much. It's too matte. It needs
It's
to
too
have a little
matte.
bit of shine.
So the paint sort of dried out, is
Yeah,
what you're saying. It sort of dried out and
I
flat.
think, yeah.
Sometimes you can revive it
How?
in some way. You know, you don't want to put a layer of varnish on it, which will do the trick, but it looks really hokey and phony.
Okay.
But that's, they used to do that with paintings. They'd put varnish on them and it would
Yeah.
bring back all of the original color and it would give it more depth, but it looks very artificial.
So what would you suggest?
So you can try doing a mixture of varnish and terp, right? And
A little
just
oil.
like, 50%, and rub it in with a soft cloth and see how it dries. And if it dries with a little bit of sheen, in certain areas, you can be very, very discriminating. It might, bring back some of the depth and the original, the original richness of the color.
Does the terp, will the terp in the varnish 50/50 smear the color?
No.
Okay.
The color, it's dry. The painting is dry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's just like adding a layer of glaze, but it's transparent.
Okay.
And the effect will be that it will revive, the original wet look of the paint.
I'll try it.
But you
with
don't want it to be too glossy.
No.
That's the point. So you need to make a solution and test it. Put it on a piece of whatever and let it dry and see how it dries.
Yeah.
Put a piece, put some of that on some other painting, right?
Yes. On just any kind of surface, and let it dry and see how it dries.
Oh, just like on a plain piece of canvas board or canvas paper.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, I'll try that.
I have a question about that. Can you also use a little bit of Gamsol and oil, either linseed or walnut oil?
The problem with oil is that oil eventually will dry out and become matte.
Yeah.
And
So
also
what you're looking for is
dark,
you're looking for more varnish.
and
Yeah.
it makes also the painting darker and darker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
linseed would.
ages the oil. Yeah.
But
Oil-
walnut
oil-
oil doesn't
Oil
yellow.
will
as
dry
much,
out
right?
and
Okay.
will crack. It does all kinds of stuff. Attract
Oh.
dirt, whatever.
50/50. Okay, I'll try.
Start with 50/50 and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I'll try that. Thank
I
you.
just
very-
love
So-
the lower portion of this, Marcia, the lower, below the blue line. That's just gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I think so too. I like here this blue, for instance.
Yeah.
Wonderful, and also this red. They are like really doing a real great thing to the
Yeah.
painting.
Right.
I have a little bit problem. This is for me a little bit too phallic, this thing here. I would
Oh,
break
okay.
it up.
Okay, yeah, you're
I
actually,
would maybe put here a little bit a darker thing in here.
Yeah.
Then you
Yeah.
get even
Yeah.
more light into that painting.
yeah.
I mean, it looks like a Cape Canaveral, when a rocket goes up to the moon or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I would break it up a little bit maybe. Just
Yeah, I think
with
you're right.
something darker, that it's in
Yeah.
front of that very, very beautiful, strong sun coming through. And then it
Yeah.
really,
Yeah. Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Thank you. Thank you very
Mhm.
I think that would be so cool. I like that too. Yeah.
I really
Slight-
like sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I really like the brush strokes, especially in that purple in the foreground and then on the upper right.
Mm.
Those brush strokes are beautiful.
Here.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And the upper right too. And I think it's very expressive, and I
Yeah.
agree with you. I think it's a little too dull. It needs a little bit more shine, but I think it's beautiful.
The softness of it, though, I really like it like that. It has a very yummy textural softness to it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
It's hard to blend colors that are kind of opposite each other.
Yeah.
You really have to give it a lot of thought and time because they turn to mud, as you know. So it presents nice challenges, but sometimes again, you have to work on 2 or 3 paintings at a time because you get so disgusted.
Yeah.
But the
It's
time,
so labor intensive. Oh my gosh, it really is.
3 at one time. It's the only way not to get discouraged and
Yeah.
disgusted. You can overwork something to death, as we all know. And then I too, I Hans's original suggestion about taking a theme and spinning it and doing one after another or a different one, you know, and it all becomes different, but yet the theme is the same, but you grow and learn. That's a very good exercise.
Wow.
I think the lower, if you divide the canvas in quarters, I think the right-hand quarter is a gorgeous painting.
Oh, okay.
The
right
lower, the
quarter?
upper, or the whole thing?
The
The bottom
right-hand
quarter.
quarter of the painting. That red is just so lovely with the purple
Isn't it?
and with the blue.
Oh,
Actually, orange.
Wonderful.
oh,
It's,
That's a wonderful palette.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah, and I love the way in the bottom there, the way the colors are blended.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just really, really lush.
Oh, thank you.
See,
But
to
the-
me, it doesn't seem dull at all. I agree with Hans that this vertical white thing there is just too dominant. If that could be sort of modulated on
But
the
if
upper
you take
half.
a hint from that,
Just
corner,
this
it becomes
piece here. You know,
Yeah.
this stroke is here too. This is too dominant here. This
Yes,
doesn't
yeah,
make sense, you know.
Agreed.
That's not.
yeah.
And I would maybe take a little bit of that blue here. You see that?
Yeah.
And put it right here also. Very
yeah.
dark. That
Mm.
just a little bit. It would like more the thing more, even more dramatic. Because this line is maybe a little bit too. You see, this blue line is a bit like, for me, a little bit too soft. It's because there is so much dramaturgy going on.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it needs there also something. I think I like that here. You see what's happening here. That's
Yeah.
very nice. You know, it's very. Could
Yeah.
be maybe also here something for me.
Okay.
A little something.
Well,
Very little. Nothing
yeah.
big. You know what I'm saying? But
Yes, I do.
yeah. that
Thank
could
you.
be.
Are you going to work on it some more, Masha?
I don't know. I don't know. You
Okay.
know, probably will, but I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. This, I tell you, the sunset with the boats, I wouldn't touch that again.
Yeah.
That's,
No.
I-
Yeah.
wait.
Okay.
I'm on that. This one.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Thank
I
you.
like this, you know, these blue things, very well observed and very nice. The
Thank you.
writing, you know, it's amazing. Yeah. Wonderful.
And I've had visitors here and they love the painting.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of visitors lately, but it was inappropriate for me to say at the time. They love it and it's all for sale. Nobody buys it. So how lovely could it be? But, you know, it's satisfying for me.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm
Are
done.
you selling through any other venue other than your house?
I'm not yet. If I, you know, try to grow a little bit more and accumulate more things, I will have a show, but not right now.
Okay.
I'm not ready for it. I'm nowhere near ready for it. But there are a lot of things that I did in the class that I'm bringing to be matted, and I'll put cellophane over. And when I have a show, I'll just put them up the way they are. I won't frame them.
Yeah. Oh, cellophane over them.
Yeah.
Even oils? No.
No.
Oh, you're talking about, right, instead of framing watercolors
Things
Yeah.
on paper.
and pastels and stuff. Yeah. Got it.
Can I show you something else? I don't know, be able to successfully.
Of course.
No, you know what? Never mind. No, it's too
no.
cumbersome. No, it's too cumbersome. Maybe some other time. But I'm done.
So I think it was a very great show today. Very interesting things we have seen. Mark, right?
Yes, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed looking at the work. Yeah, it's a good session.
Right. So I think we say goodbye for today, and we are looking forward to see you next week.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for your comments
Thank you.
and
Well,
input and discussion.
And thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Arrivederci. Auf Wiedersehen.
Ciao.
Later.
Are we, Mary,
Solo.
cut off?
Marie?
We don't hear anything.
Yeah.
Can we?
I think we're still on live, I believe.
Okay, so don't say something stupid.
Why not?
For me, that would be very hard.